All right, we are back with another update. It's a great day for an update. Just kind of want to talk to you and for my future me a little bit about something I'm thinking. Kind of the whole idea of what I've been thinking about is the idea of hard questions or asking hard questions before making hard decisions. Now, I want to first figure out what does it mean to decide something? What is a hard decision? So, I've heard this from other things. I thought it was really great, but the word decide means to cut off, to kill off. The word decision or decide comes from the word decidere, which literally means to cut off, or in other words, to kill. So you're killing the other option once you decide. Say, you decide what you're going to eat for breakfast is a small option. And once you decide, you kill off that other option. You're not doing it. It's dead. It's gone. Now, this made me think of some other things. Killing off one option and doing another one. I was like, what does that kind of remind me of? And I was thinking of pruning. And, pruning different plants and shrubs and stuff, or vines, or different fruit trees to make them grow back better. So, for pruning, if you don't cut off the dead or the ones that aren't working, the branches that aren't working, the other ones can't grow better and produce more fruit. It's kind of like wasting energy on those other options. And also, once you prune, you think it would hurt the plant or whatever, or once you cut off or kill a decision, you think it might hurt you, but really it helps you flourish. So as soon as you kill off that other option, the one you decided can flourish and grow. But the main thing is, if you don't, they both options, let's just say there's two, sometimes there's more, obviously, both options don't grow properly or as well as they could have, because you're trying to bounce too much. You need to decide and kill off an option, get rid of it, so we can just focus on the one and it can grow. So that's kind of what it means to decide, but I wanted to talk about kind of hard questions before we make hard decisions. And I was thinking of the idea, hard decisions, because growing up and seeing other people, got to make some hard decisions with your life and what you're going to do, who you're going to be. But what I was thinking, before we make these hard decisions, it's really more about these hard questions that you have to ask yourself and really think about. So the idea is the decisions don't have to be difficult once you ask these hard questions and answer them. Like, once you answer these hard questions, you kind of understand, so the decision can become easy and maybe even a bit obvious what the best path is. Now, I say can be because it can be easy and obvious, because there's the logical term, where like, oh, this is definitely the better option logically. You could, kill off that option and be like, oh, this is what we're doing, but we're not robots. Humans are very emotional and irrational. That's the irrational side to it. So that's really where you got to think through it more. That when you think about it, the logical is the easy stuff. The logical is the easy stuff, and the more difficult part is your emotions. I have to handle with that, because we get emotionally tied to these other options and ideas about them, and can't just see clearly and decide and cut off the other option. If we are clouded by emotions a lot, well, it sounds like Star Wars, don't let your emotions cloud you or something like that, but it's true. The thing about emotions is they're on a very, very short time horizon. They last, I don't know, there's probably like been a studies about it, like the average like time you feel angry or sad, sometimes randomly it's like only a couple minutes or something like that, or even if it's more, it's really nothing compared to the grand scheme of things, and you really can't trust your emotions at all. They're irrational. Even though sometimes you can just feel a certain way, you can't trust them. So I wanted to I was thinking of maybe some ideas of some hard questions, or some hard questions that I'm asking myself now. And one of those is, what do I need to say no to? This kind of brings into the other idea real quick. I'll make a tangent here, that a lot of the times when you're deciding something, maybe you're still in that process of asking a hard question, deciding. You're not deciding what something to do. You're deciding something to not do. Now, it sounds kind of like basic, but like a lot of the times, instead of saying, which option do I do? That's not always the case. Like, I'm going to do this option, start doing this thing. It's like, something comes up. Should I do this? No. Don't do it. And then just keep doing what you're already doing. Decide to stay away from this new thing and kind of protect your energy that you have. And that's something I've been kind of trying to work on, because life's super busy right now. And probably always will be. I kind of like to be busy, which is, there's pros and cons to that, because I like the feeling of getting a lot done, but it's not a lot of deep work. It's just like basic stuff that I just feel like I just am checking off, that makes you feel like you're being proactive. But like I said, a lot of times when you're deciding something not to do. And I think I don't know who it is. It was probably one of those rich guys, Jeff Bezos, something like that. He had his company, and he asked him at all these meetings, the people who worked for him, what's something that you've said had to say no to get him to say no, because he realized it's not the problem with stuff you're doing. You got to say no and do less than other people. That's what kind of separates the winners and the champions. They do a lot less. The football star only does football. And if it's not football related or something like that, he doesn't do it. He stays laser focused, gets locked in, because he has to decide, kill off those other options of other things that you could do. This is just one sports example, but there's a bunch of other examples like that you can think of in business, where you kill off these other ideas for business deals and other things, and just focus working on what you want to work on and what's good for the business. So for me personally, some things that I need to not do, some things I need to decide to stay away from, I guess, is just kind of protecting my energy, since life is like super busy. I don't want to just be rushing around doing a bunch of pointless things. So I'm kind of like a yes person sometimes, and I sign up to do things that they're kind of nice, but I really shouldn't do, so I can have more time for stuff like this, making an update that's definitely meaningful to me, and I want to get more practice in. So for me, just learning to say no to things. There's not yet a lot of whole options for things that I need to decide to like new things to do. It's more just saying no to small things that come up, so I can keep doing what I like to do and what I need to do. And I hope you too can have the same experience. Decide, ask these hard questions, and then the decision becomes easier because of it. And that's about it for this update. Catch you in the next one.